வணக்கம். We will see about suspension under CCA rules 1965. The main questions I would like to ask: whether the order of suspension can be made with effect from a retrospective date. Whether the suspension can be effected retrospectively. Whether the order of suspension issued by an authority, a disciplinary authority lower than the appointing authority, has to be ratified. That is, whether ratification is mandatory, is required for the order of suspension issued by an authority lower than the appointing authority. First of all, I will answer these questions. First question: the order of suspension cannot be made retrospectively. It has to be effected prospectively with effect from a prospective date. The suspension order has to be given effect. That is, with effect from the prospective date. But under certain circumstances, the suspension order has to be given effect retrospectively. That type of suspension is known as the deemed suspension. That order of deemed suspension can be ordered only by the appointing authority. நல்லா கவனிக்கணும். Suspension cannot be given effect retrospectively. It has to be given effect, it has to be delivered, it has to be served. It has to be seen that that order is affected by any mode. Only on prospective date, prospectively. But in certain circumstances, deemed suspension, that is, the suspension order will be given effect retrospectively from a back date. That type of order can be issued only by the appointing authority. Normally, order of suspension can be ordered by any disciplinary authority, that is disciplinary authority concerned. But deemed suspension can be ordered only by the appointing authority concerned. Now we will see the details under suspension. Rule 10, sub-rules 1 to 7. In short, we will see who can order suspension. What are the authorities who can order suspension? The appointing authority, or any authority to which the appointing authority is subordinate, or the disciplinary authority, or any other authority empowered by the President by special or general orders. These are the authorities who can place the government servants under suspension. Appointing authority of the government servant concerned, the disciplinary authority of the government servant concerned, or the authority higher than the appointing authority, that is, the authority to which the appointing authority is subordinate, and any other authority specially empowered. These are the authorities who are empowered, who can place under suspension. What are the circumstances under which the government servant can be placed under suspension? Where a disciplinary proceeding is contemplated or pending. Next, where the government servant concerned has engaged himself in the activities which are prejudicial to the interests of the security of the government, that is the state, that is our nation, our government. Then, when the official has engaged himself in activities which are prejudicial to the interests of the security of the state, where the government servant has engaged himself in some activities in respect of a criminal offence, and an investigation is pending, inquiry, investigation or trial is pending against him in respect of the criminal offence. These are the circumstances under which the government servant can be placed under suspension. Let us note this. First of all, whether a disciplinary proceeding is contemplated or is pending. Then, when the government servant has himself engaged in the activities which are prejudicial to the interests of the security of the state, that is government. An investigation, inquiry or trial is pending against him in respect of a criminal offence. Okay, we will continue as a second session.